Hello. We're doing a little chit chat, talking about just the year in general, 2019 in review, I guess. Because I did make a video at the end of last year, the end of 2018, just kind of talking about resolutions or things I wanted to try to work on this year, and so I just wanted to go through what I did do and things I want to work on for 2020. So I went back just to look at everything I said in my 2018 video, and I mean, I feel like I did make some moves on stuff. I did kind of ramble a lot, so because that's my tendency. But yeah, my big thing that I mentioned was trying to get a hold of my debt, which is something I actually did make moves on. So I went into debt consolidation. I may even mention this in a video when I did it, but I did started that in March. So I'm currently in progress with debt consolidation. I mean, there's a lot of little things in between you kind of have to deal with, like submitting paperwork constantly, because like all the cards you get put into collections and lawsuits, and that's all fun, but the consolidation company deals with it. Then they try to settle with them because you put all your money into a dedicated account that goes towards making settlements. So right now they're trying to deal with American Express and seeing if they'll accept an offer. So I have to like pay attention to my emails and make sure I submit things to them on time and all that. And then I just have an automatic payment that comes out the 16th of every month. I pay like $489, which is a fair chunk of money, but overall, like, it's a 48-month plan, and overall I'm going to be saving a good chunk of money, and I'm not going to incur more interest. So that was the goal. This is something I really just want to get a handle on, and so for 2020, I'm hoping to I want to put some money aside just saved for like emergency situations, but I also have the option, if I want to make larger payments to the debt consolidation company, I can do that to speed up the process. So I'm thinking maybe I gotta see, but maybe with my tax money, I'll probably put, like, my tax refund, depends on what it is, but I want to put some portion of that towards that, even if it quickens things up by a month or two, just putting a little extra in. I mean, because I don't want to put too much extra in, because if I have a situation, like my car is high mileage, which I gotta get some little things done in the car. It's also been doing some weird shit, like not turning over, though it might just be the corrosion on my battery, so I'm gonna try to pour some Coke on it, see if that helps, because Coke eats corrosion. So things for 2020, my company, when it got sold off to a different security company, they got better dental insurance, which kicks in the starting of January. They had 2 tiers. I got the higher one because I really want to try to take care of my dental stuff, because, you know, problems with your teeth can go straight to your heart, and it can cause all kinds of other issues. And at this point, it's something I need to take care of. I know I have some cavities need to be filled. Hopefully it's just that. I know I got some gingivitis, whatever they need to do for that. I probably need I need a good deep cleaning, which the insurance will cover most of that and most of my x-rays. So starting out, it's not going to cost me as much, but I do need to go to a sedation dental place. That's the one thing for me. because I've talked about my dental horror story on a past video. Like, after that, I've avoided the dentist because I had such a horrible situation. It's like any dental horror story you would think of, that's kind of what happened to me. So it's prevented me from going to the dentist for a while, but I want to take care of this. So I know my teeth are bad, and I also worry too. I have fillings in my teeth that are metal, and the metal ones, they only ever say were good for 10 to 15 years. And then you're at risk for them like coming out and anything like that. So it's just good that have the dental insurance on the off chance, because every time I bite into something, I'm always worried when those old fillings, like mine are like 16 or 17 years old, so I'm always worried when those metal fillings are gonna pop out. I have mostly the enamel fillings, which last a lot longer, but I got like 3 or 4 metal fillings, and I'm always just really concerned about those. My gums bleed real bad. I mean, it's tragic. Maybe not tragic, but like it causes issues, and I'm trying to be a little bit better with that stuff. We made a lot of progress with the mental health stuff this year. We started 2019 out really rough. Anyone who actually follows me consistently seen a lot of crying videos from me. It was rough. I don't even think, even when me and Brayden first started dating, it was still a little bit rough. I mean, he saw things start to turn around. Like, so January 28th was when I started the ketamine. I was gradually increasing my dose from the month, going up each month. But then when I got to 50, I felt like it wasn't, like I was having these extreme swings between feeling somewhat okay, but then still getting severely depressed. And also, it never really helped my anxiety at all. And you know, your anxiety can lead into the depression spiral. And I was still struggling with like the severe suicidal stuff that would come up off and on. Like, I'd be okay, and then all of a sudden I'd be like really suicidal. So I talked to my doctor, and then I think we added this in April, yeah, because it was a little, almost a month into me and Brayden dating, yeah, because I was kind of anxious back and forth, because I was on Zoloft like a long time ago, back in 2010, and I did okay on it for a little bit, but then it just, like, I think the problem was I was on too high of a dose. Like, honestly, I think I might have been on like 150. I don't remember exactly. That's one thing I want to ask my doctor about, like, because he has my file is like this thick, guys, of all the meds and stuff I've been on. Like, I've been seeing this guy since 2009, so he knows my history. I have quite the history. So, me and medications, I am just so damn sensitive to everything. So I want to figure out what I was on, because I'm kind of in this state where I want to also, it would probably be like February, just because my doctor's so backed up, but I want to schedule an appointment with him and make some adjustments, just because the last few months I feel like I'm kind of like struggling again, but it's not like a severe thing, so it's not like an emergency, but I'm having a few harder days, rougher days. I still struggle a lot with fatigue, and my anxiety is still like a big issue for me. Like, Zoloft does like this much for the anxiety, and the freaking ketamine does nothing for my anxiety. The ketamine, weirdly, I feel like it helps more with the borderline, because I have borderline personality disorder, and I feel like it helps more with the stability and like not getting as worked up with the thoughts, feelings, stuff. In a way, it's hard to describe. So it's just a weird thing. Like, the combination has overall been pretty good for me. I mean, it's never been 100%, which is something I've said from the get-go. Like, it's never been 100%. But I'm doing a lot better than I was. Like, I was in my worst space in the beginning of this year than I've ever been. And that was the problem for me, that every time my depression would get worse, or like every time I'd hit a new low, and my depression was constantly getting worse. And I was just at the point, like, I had already planned, like, to kill myself. Like, it was very bad. And so I didn't really know what to do with it. I mean, I went into that med study. Med study was a fucking nightmare. I got a whole video on that one. I was originally going to be in a different one, but then I got confused about a question, and we couldn't go back and change it. That's really stern about stuff like that. Like, I got because you have to, like, get a certain point thing, and because the original med study would have been, like, Suboxone, which they use for people coming off, like, heroin stuff, but it's like a tweaked version of it for an it seemed like an interesting thing. Now, see, that one they had to make sure you had no history of drug, like, addiction or anything, which my doctor knows, like, we Gucci. Like, I mean, outside of, like, minor experimentation, most of that stuff doesn't do anything for me. Like, the only thing an opioid would do for me is just make me go to sleep. And, like, a little bit of an appetite suppressant, which I was kind of looking forward to that part, but I didn't get in that one. Then I got into that nightmare study, which I lasted all of 2 days on that medicine, because it was literally making me go fucking cuckoo bananas, and making things way worse, and I, like, could not get out of bed without Xanax, and it was really bad. And I'm not that person. I don't like taking Xanax that much. It was bad. Then I was withdrawing off the medicine, and I had to still keep taking the Xanax. And then when I stopped withdrawing off the medicine, then I was withdrawing off the Xanax. And I had to take, like, literally I was taking, like, the 0.5s, and then I was, like, having to cut them in half, and then, like, take a quarter. Like, I was having to do that shit. And it's like, I was only taking the Xanax for a couple weeks, but I was having to take it, like, 2-3 times a day, which for me is a lot, and I'm really sensitive to stuff. So, I don't know, it's weird to think, like, all this shit that happened to me in a year, and then right over here, I have this medicine's doing alright for me and need to make some adjustments. I gotta talk to my doctor to see what he thinks is the best option. I might increase the ketamine a little bit, maybe and talk about, like, I don't know if I want to do 100 milligrams of Zoloft, or if we want to try, like, 0.75, which would be a weird one, but, you know. Me, like, having moments over here. But, brain fart. Let's see. What are other accomplishments for 2018? Well, I got my boyfriend, and he's pretty awesome. You know, it was weird, like, I feel like a lot of our problems were in the beginning of the relationship, which is one of those weird things, like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, when we were first dating, I was just confused, and I was coming off the crap of Josh, like, with him, with kind of being led on, thinking there would be something more there, and then him just kind of blindsiding me a little bit, just saying he didn't feel like there was any romantic thing, and then I was just so fearful of just, it's always the abandonment thing, which is just a big thing with borderline, that fear of abandonment. So I was just trying to ask him questions that would, like, comfort or calm my mind, and I would get so frustrated in the beginning, just, like, so overwhelmed, so frustrated, that he just be like, I can't say that, or I don't have an answer for you, like, I don't know. Because I would ask him, like, well, how long do you need to date someone before you know, feel like you're comfortable with the girlfriend-boyfriend label, or it was just stuff like that, which for him it was just a little over 2 months, right? Yeah, because it was at Gateway that he said he loved me. Oh, it was before Gateway, though, so it was 2 months. Yeah, because it was like It was like 2 months and a few days or something like that. Because that gateway was whenever he said he loved me for the first time. Which I was kind of like, I wanted to say it to him before that, but I didn't want to like irk him out. But for him, he said that was also like when he really like realized he loved me. We were having our intense experiences. And him thinking I was gonna steal his body, that's a whole story in itself. He got real weird, paranoid. That's a whole... He's right sometimes. I had to comfort him to say, no, I'm not gonna body swap with you, honey. This ain't Freaky Friday. My cat's down here trying to eat my tripod. Hi, Doogie. But yeah, this has been, I feel like once we got to this point where there was like some point, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks in, where I felt like he was like chasing after me a little more, and I kind of like, after getting so frustrated, I was talking to my therapist and I said, I just have to kind of disconnect from this. Which, part of me did, part of me didn't, but I kind of came at it with the attitude of like, oh, fuck, I guess, you know, if he leaves me, that's just another one that left me. But then he started like making more effort towards coming at me, and I just felt like all the frustration and stuff I had, it just kind of all disappeared. And then I know there's a few times like I get mad at him because he just says something stupidly, but we have those conversations, we, you know, learn how to talk to each other, and I think we do really well. Like, our communication's great. Like, we can actually have conversations, and like, if my feelings are hurt, like, I can say something to him, like, you know, the way you said this made me feel this way, and you know, I may be upset, crying, whatever, and he'll hug me, and he'll be like, oh, I don't want you to feel like that, like, and, you know, he'll talk to me, like, he gets frustrated with me, he wants to call me out on being stubborn. Like, I know I'm stubborn, but I think sometimes sometimes when he calls me out on being stubborn, I don't think it's stubborn per se to know like what you want, but he gets frustrated when I don't want help from him for something, so he'll say it's me being stubborn, when it's me at that time, I don't need the help or I don't want it. And I feel like I didn't really think of this example until after like me and him went back and forth on it, but to me it's like, if I know what I want, like if I know I don't like something, like I'm trying to think of things I don't like food stuff. Like, I don't like cauliflower. Ooh, I hate fucking cauliflower. I know I don't like cauliflower. I even tried it again. I don't fucking like it. So if you were like trying to convince me to eat cauliflower, be like, no, it's good, it don't even taste like cauliflower, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. It always tastes like cauliflower. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't call me stubborn because I'm not gonna eat that fucking cauliflower. It tastes like cauliflower. It tastes like Satan's ass crack. That's why I ain't gonna fucking eat cauliflower. Fucking liars with their, oh, cauliflower crust pizza just doesn't even taste like cauliflower. Yeah, it fucking does. Whew. I wanted a floof. I just need a little snoogle. She kind of has these little body ticks, so I know whenever she like wants to be put down. And see, she's chill. She's still down here wanting pets and stuff. This cat is very much about like trust. Like, talking about Brayden, the cats are slowly warming up to him. Doogie's crazy. She's up there on her little perch being a mad woman. But Pickles, she's very much like knows what she wants, and she like demands respect. She can be very sweet, but she also demands respect, and she's very prestigious. These are like personifying my cats here a little bit. So if you know how to read her, you can get her trust, and then she'll give you love. So Braden's been so proud because he's gotten Pickle's trust. Like, he sends me pictures when I'm at work of her like snoogling with him and letting him give her belly rubs, which is a rare thing. She does not like her belly rubbed very often, and she will not let some stranger touch her belly. She will not let people she does not trust touch her belly. And she'll let you know if she wants that belly rub. But she don't like it too hard. She's not like Miss Sandy, who passed away actually at the end of last year. I think this might be the 1 year. No, she passed away on the 28th or 29th of last year, so it's the 30th today. So, yeah, Miss Sandy, I could go in like this. She loved her belly rubs. I miss my baby. That's something else 2020. Like, me and Braden talk about getting another cat. Because I like having 3 cats. I don't know. I like the number 3. I was born on August 3rd. Like, my spiritual connection to the number 3. I like having 3 cats. I miss having a 3rd baby. My boyfriend really wants to get a Maine Coon. Which Pickles is part Maine Coon. Yes, I'm talking about you, honey. If we get a cat, it needs to be a kitten. Because these ladies have strong personalities. And it's really hard to introduce cats to each other. And also probably a boy, because female cats are weirdly territorial. Especially, we got Miss freaking Torty over here. Tortoiseshell cats are very strong personalities. Yeah. She's giving me like, I see you. She says, I'm the queen of this castle. She's up there, just staring at the world, surveying her kingdom. Yeah, we'd like to get another cat. So that's something we want to do together. Find a cat we can both connect with. I think it'd be nice. I don't know when we'll do it, but I don't know. I'm not as picky about what kind of cat. Like, to me, I just want a lap baby. I miss having Sandy was attached to my hip. She was my emotional support cat, which is also like, just made that whole depressive episode at the beginning of the year just so much worse. I really missed her. I still miss her. I mean, see, I get a little whoop 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 weepy. You know, I had a few times that I'd break down crying and talking to Brayden and be like, I miss my baby. Get so connected with animals. My love for cats, though, for real, it's hard. She died like kind of young for a cat. Like, she was only 8, so that's just the other sad thing. I remember, like, I think it was earlier last year, having a dream about her dying and waking up crying. And I thought, well, no, she can't die that young. Since she was only a little over 8, she had turned 8 like the month before. She was like 8 in a month or something. Or no. I had her for 8 years. She was almost 8. She was 8 in... She was like 8 in 4.5 months or something. Or 5 months? Yeah. 5.5 months. I don't know. I don't know why I did wait a minute. I was almost 8.5, whatever. But yeah, she was still pretty young, but she got, I'm pretty sure it was just like fatty liver. Even though, like, I was trying to get her to lose weight, and she was losing weight, but too little, too late, unfortunately. Like, it's sad. I'd like another cat like her, though. It's so hard, like, you don't know when you get a cat. Like, I thought Doogie was gonna be like her, but Doogie ended up being fucking insane, but I should have known, because Doogie's mother's insane. Like, Doogie's mom was just a nutbag, and Doogie does a lot of the same stuff her mom does. Even though I socialized Doogie, she's still a fucking nutbag. but she's a lovable nutbag. She has her moments. See, this is why me doing sit down talking videos, like, I fucking won't ramble. Though, you know, I haven't really done a chit chat video, so maybe I just have a lot of shit to say. Let me whoosh. Okay, 2020. The weight stuff. So I kind of did okay in the beginning of this year, and then I backslid. And backslid. Now I'm still lighter than I was at the end of last year, so that's always a plus. Still negative. I think I gained back like 8 pounds or something from where my lowest was this year. I don't know exactly. So that's something I'm continuing to work on. Try to work on my overall like sugar intake and stuff, because that's a big thing. My boyfriend talked about wanting to do keto. For me, I don't know if that's gonna be like a doable. Maybe I do it for like a few weeks, like as a Kickstarter or something. I don't know. I want to work on overall with the sugar stuff first, and then maybe try it for a little bit. I'll see how that goes. It's not something I would do long term, personally, just because I could not see myself like completely cutting out sugar, especially like I like nice stuff. I don't know. Like, I enjoy sushi. Like, okay, I don't need as much rice as some places put on the sushi, but I like to have my sushi. I mean, I have foreign foods I like. I like making my Vietnamese spring rolls, and I have little like this thin little noodles, vermicelli or whatever they're called. They're like these really thin noodles, but those spring rolls are so good too. I gotta make it for video. When I make shawarma, and I make fresh pita. Like, this is all stuff I said, like I need to make videos of me like cooking stuff, which I'm gonna try to do all of this in 2020. I've been working a lot, which is another thing I talked about at the end of last year, like just general income stuff when I was talking about debt, like always being below the poverty line. And now last year, because I started this job like later, like I think I was still like just barely above the poverty line, but this year, it's just because all the overtime I worked. But can I say that I'm in the lower middle class? When did this happen? Yeah, it's weird. I think I'm gonna end this year like over 30 grand. I mean, I've been working absurd amount of overtime though, like a shit ton. Like, we haven't been fully staffed for more than a few weeks in the year. Like, someone was always leaving. It's just how my job's been, and then they take forever to fill in positions. But I'm trying to put that overtime money to good use. Like, I pick up whatever hours I can, and now I haven't really had days off. My last day off was November 30th. My next day off is January 3rd. So I've been working every day since then. And then after that, my next day off will be February 1st. Unless we actually hire somebody, and then those shifts I covered will disappear for me. I have mixed feelings about that, because I want to at least get through this month, because I want to make sure I have enough money to start my dental work and to take care of some car shit. So I'm hoping I can at least get that, and then February, I might feel a little indifferent if we get a new person and I don't get as much overtime, or very little overtime, because there'll always be like some overtime, because there's always somebody requesting off work or calling in sick. So there'll be something, some scraps that I might be able to pick up even if we do hire a new person. So I don't expect anybody to last very long. That's just how it's been where I work. So we'll see how all that goes. I try to get what I can, because I also know, like, when burn season comes around again, I'm gonna be taking extra days off and all that. So I try to prepare myself. So yeah, been working financial stuff in general. I feel like I could call that a success for my resolution. I mean, it's a work in progress, continual work in progress. You know, it's one of those things. I mean, working a lot, which I know my boyfriend is a little frustrated with me because I'm working a lot. But you know, he moved in, and well, technically he kind of started moving in October, but we didn't really move all the shit out of his apartment till like, was it November 9th or something? I forget. One of those days. But yeah, that was a whole to-do. We got our storage unit, and yeah, my apartment's still a mess. I'm still trying to tidy stuff up and get stuff kind of in some presentable state to do a final, like, apartment tour. So, you know, that'll be coming sometime in 2020. Something else I mentioned in my video from 2018 was trying to do more story times. I did a couple of them, but I didn't do as many. Like, I kept trying to, I would write them down and I forget to do them. So that's something else I need to do in 2020. Like, I got some good ex-boyfriend stories. Ooh, fucking Jacob. That guy is a whole mess. And my drunk driver, the freaking getting hit by a drunk driver, I never did that one. I did talk about my drunk manager from McDonald's, which, you know, if you're interested in that, I got that video somewhere from a few months ago. I posted that. And I got one where I talk about times I've been chased with sharp objects, where I thought, I just sat there one day, I was like, this is not really a normal thing to have people chase you with, like, butcher knives or axes when you're a child. So yeah, that's another video. Let's see, anything else I can think of for 2020? I mean, I try to keep things sort of general. Like, things are always kind of a work in progress for me. You know, continue with the mental health. I'm still seeing my counselor bi-weekly. I haven't gone to group the last couple months just because I've been working so much, and then with Brayden moving in and trying to clean up and trying to do everything else, and then I got sick, fucking bronchitis for like a whole fucking month. It's been a shit show. So I'm gonna start going back to group soon though. I did get one of my people from group hired at my job, so hopefully everything goes right. Sometime in March I should get a $100 bonus. You know, your bitch always hustling for money. That's one thing. I mean, nobody can say I'm fucking lazy or that I don't hustle. I mean, I struggle with fatigue. My sleep is fucked. Ah, there you go. That's what I was trying to think. My fucking... Oof, y'all. I need to get my sleep right. I'm constantly... Like, that's a thing that I'm always trying to work on. My sleep is jacked, though, for real. And, like, here's a fucked up thing. Like, most sleeping meds are, like, way too strong. And then I have the opposite problem where I, like, can't get out of bed. Melatonin... makes me suicidal. Like, my fucking brain is so weird. Like, my psychiatrist is well known for telling me, like, Nicole, you have side effects I've never seen before. And it's like, I don't know, my freaking chemistry is so goddamn delicate, and it just is what it is. I'm not, some people think I over exaggerate or I'm lying about it, but it's like, no, I wish I wasn't this way, y'all. I wish I didn't struggle for so fucking long. I wish I didn't have so many goddamn issues. It's like, I can't even fucking take a melatonin without feeling like I want to cut myself. Like, thanks. Like, even the smallest amount of melatonin. And, like, if I take melatonin, which I will only do in rare instances. Like, if I'm really struggling to get to sleep, like, I will take this, I have this 3 milligram melty pills, I will literally bite off a third of it, because if I take any more than that, I will feel like complete other horseshit. Like, I can take it once in a while and not feel like completely fucked up, but it still makes me feel like I'll still have like just self-harm thoughts and stuff. If I take it 2 days in a row, I will be completely, utterly suicidal. And I did not realize this was happening until I got on this med combo. Which is the weirdest fucked up thing, because I was so suicidal before that I didn't realize if I was like extra suicidal from something. So now, like, I made the connection when I started getting on this thing, and then I would take melatonin a couple days. It took me a few times. Like, maybe the third or fourth time I was like, I'm noticing a pattern. Oh, yeah, when I take this, you know, natural sleep aid, which is actually a hormone, guys. It is a hormone. So maybe it's just my hormones in general are super sensitive. So when I take this hormone, melatonin, it makes me want to fucking rip my head open. Good to know. So, that's fun. We'll just add that to the list. Can't take Valium. That shit makes me fucking want to murder myself too. And my camera cut off. I took Valium twice before I realized how severely suicidal it made me. It's just because, like, I wouldn't notice these things the first time around, like if something was making me feel so awful, because I was already struggling with that. So it was so hard for me to make connections unless I take something more than once. And then it would have to be so drastic. Like, that's the only reason why I realized it with the melatonin, because it's so drastic now from being medicated to, oh, why do I keep thinking about hurting myself constantly? Like, this feels like old shit. So, I don't know. The rambling. I should probably cut this off. This is gonna be a long one. I'll have to do some editing. It's always fun, y'all. So, recap. Continue with mental health. Try to see my doctor soon. Get the meds adjusted. Wait. Work on the sugar. Continue with the financial stuff. Dental. And possibly a new cat. And, trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do for, I mean, if there's anything like art-wise or anything, I mean, I wouldn't mind actually putting more effort to trying to, I need to work on my DJ stuff. That's what I need to do. I haven't done it in a while. I got into it, and then I love music, y'all, and I enjoy the DJing, and I like my music selection can make up for my lack of skill in that area, but that's something I need to practice more before we get in the burn season. So work on my DJ stuff, and I also want to like try to work on making music again, because me and Brayden were starting to do that, and then it's just, my life's a clusterfuck, y'all. I start working all this time, and like I don't really have time for a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of things I get accomplished while I'm at work, if it's something I can do at work, like my sewing. So I made a lot of skirts this last year, and I got through a lot of my fabric, and then I also like was able to purge fabric that I knew I wasn't going to use. So that's an accomplishment. I purged a lot of stuff when Brayden moved in, so it's always good to kind of go through things. I still have a lot of shit, like, I'm not gonna lie, but I purged a lot of stuff too. I donated so much stuff, and I have stuff in the storage shed to like give away at the burns, which I've talked about before. Anyway, this is everything for this video, because I've talked long enough. So, going in 2020, if you're interested in this face and stuff in my life, or my cats, you could subscribe if you want, because I post random shit. Blah!